I only have like a breath strip amount left. Happy Easter, if that's appropriate. Um, I was at home today. Debra355, haven't been on a lot. No, haven't felt like it. Haven't rehearsed any kind of songs I know. Not for the 2017 songs anyway. But I had a call from a friend of mine, David and Diana, who have been saviors of mine. This is appropriate time of the year. Saviors of mine for years. And they asked me to come over. Absolutely. And since this is the anniversary of the Titanic. Anybody who's Titanic mavens, I was watching that today. You can go on to, there's a YouTube site that it will show you the whole Titanic disaster from the time it struck the iceberg at 11:40 on April 14th, 1912 to 2:20, I believe it was, on April 15th, the morning of, when it foundered. It slipped behind underneath the whatever of the earth. If you watch the one with Michael Rennie that's narrating it, I think that was the one with Barbara Stanwyck and Richard Basehart. But anyway, if you go onto YouTube, you can find that site that shows it exactly the full 2 hours and 40 minutes that it took for it to sink. Now, there's no people. It's not like there's a Leonard DiCaprio or Kate Winslet. It periodically will flash up at 12, whatever they closed the watertight doors, 12:40. At 12 or 1 o'clock or whatever it was, they opened up the D deck doors, which would help any of the boats that were coming down with survivors to load them. They never used them. So, and it'll be cameras. It's all animated, but it goes around the ship, so you can see what's happening at the ship at those specific times. Above the ships, you can see it. You'll see how the bow is getting, submerging into the water. It's really fascinating, but it is the full 2 hours it took for the ship to do that. You can hear there's four stacks, but three of them were functional. You can hear them venting the air for like 40 minutes in this whole thing, and it's loud, 40 minutes. But if you have a big screen TV, it really is. I thought it was beautiful. I mean, with the tragedy, everything, but you can sit there in a big screen TV and watch that. It was mesmerizing. But and if you find the right thing on YouTube. So I was watching that today. And then David and Diana called and said, you want to come over? And then somehow I got onto something with, maybe when I came back, it was I do it periodically. Through a cycle of maybe 2 or 3 years, I'll reread books. So I have a bunch of stuff on the Bronte sisters, Jane Eyre, Wuthering Heights. I'll read their biographies. It might me take every 2 or 3 years, but I want to read that again, so I'll bring it up. This cycle was the Duke and Duchess of Windsor, Edward VIII and Wallace Warfield Simpson. I have a bunch of books on them. I just found another one at Goodwill, and I go to Goodwill quite frequently to pick up books and drop them off. I've got Tupperwares downstairs. So now I was into the Duke and Duchess of Windsor, and just trying to sit there and realize that this was somebody's life. I can sit and read stuff and go, okay, and watch a movie, but this was somebody's life. They lived this. The guy, he gave up his throne for her, and you try to think of the minutia of what people were going through at that time, and I guess that's what actors maybe get off on, is like trying to figure out what the mindset and of something that people were going through for real. I mean, same with the Titanic. It seems like a story that I've heard for so many years, but people died in that water, and that was like a real, live, vivid thing. It wasn't a movie. I don't know. Maybe the more you're exposed to it on TV and internet and stuff, it's not like a living thing. It's like we see on TV, but it is really graphic. But anyway, we got onto that today. And then when I came home and my landlord was gone, I thought, hey, I might have an hour or so where I can sit here and just, make a fool of myself. A Beatles song came up, and I was, I didn't write it down, I guess. You see my color of my hair? I didn't write it down. I can't remember what the hell the name of the Beatles song was. So I thought, okay, I'll throw this out so people know, hi, I'm still here. I'm not, you know, moldering and fertilizing daisies right now. I'll find something I can do, but just to, wish everybody happy Easter. And it's like a whole weekend. This is Good Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Had I been working, if I hadn't retired, and that's a whole different story, I would be off probably until Wednesday because I usually took the Tuesday. If Monday was a holiday, I would take the Tuesday off. So um, I haven't gotten into that mindset yet. I'm still like, I gotta work Monday through Friday. I have to be stayed, and I can't do this and I can't do that, and Friday, it's a holiday. I'm still in that kind of mindset. So if you got any tips for me to get over that, please send them on. Anyway, I'll try to find that Beatles song that escapes me now. But anyway, happy Easter, everybody.